Hi everyone. So what's actually happening inside our body when our stress response is activated? Well, good question, because here comes some of those stressful feelings that we can experience. Now let's imagine we're in the forest. The wind is howling and a huge tree is starting to topple over and could possibly hit us. It could kill us. Our senses immediately pick up what's going on and send a message direct to our reptilian brain, remember the P brain, that instantly signals danger. In 30 millionths of a second, which is faster than we can think, an alert, danger signal is sent to a part of our mainframe brain called the amygdala, letting it know there is a danger present. Now, the amygdala is like a library storing a collection of all our life experiences, including the highly emotional and fearful ones. And it responds to what the threat could be based on the message it is receiving from our senses and connecting it to the same or most similar experience it is recorded in the library. Now, at the same time, our nervous system sends a signal to all of the relevant parts of our body to shut down some functions not necessary for an intense reaction and fire up others that are critical. The response is both turbocharged, highly emotional, and we don't even know it's happening. The objective is to use all of our available energy for one thing only, and that is to immediately get us out of harm's way. There is no time to think. If it fails, we don't exist anymore. Again, at the same time, the amygdala immediately instructs the adrenal glands, which produce the stress hormones, to fire up. Now, I'm going to tell you about two main stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. And we'll start with adrenaline, as most of us are familiar with this one. Now, in an instant, the adrenaline, in conjunction with the message from our nervous system, triggers our heart to beat faster and stronger than normal, pumping blood around our body to our muscles, our brain, and other vital organs necessary for the fight or flight that our subconscious mind believes is about to happen. Now, it feels like your heart is going to explode, but it's not. It never does. It's your stress response, and that for some reason it has been activated. Now, without us even realizing it, small airways in our lungs open wider and our stomach area shrinks so that our lungs can fill the space and draw in as much oxygen as possible with each breath. We then begin to hyperventilate, sucking in air like a world champion weightlifter getting ready to break the world record. Shoulders back, tensing up from our upper chest and sucking in big breaths of air. Now that extra oxygen is sent to our brain, increasing alertness and supplies extra oxygen to all of our muscles ready for the action. Rapidly gasping for air and feel like you might just die, but you won't. That's the stress response. Our sight, hearing, and other senses become sharper, and everything seems so loud and glary, and we're wired and on edge. Yes, you are. Stress response. The diameter of our blood vessels is restricted to increase blood pressure, to pump more blood around the body quicker, ready for action. There's that high blood pressure many have experienced. It's a crucial part of the stress response and not necessarily a disease. In fact, 95% of all high blood pressure diagnoses are the result of what is called necessary hypertension. Our blood pressure is always naturally going up and down to some degree for a reason. You need to know the reason. Our stomach and digestive system shuts down, and that blood supply diverts to supply our muscles to be ready for action, so we stop feeling hungry. Glucose is also released into the bloodstream from the liver to fuel this physical action, but when not required because the sense of danger wasn't real in the first place, is restored in our fat cells. So we put on weight for no obvious reason, even when we're dieting. In fact, the stress response will override any diet we are on because it also disrupts the natural effects of the insulin hormone, which instructs our body to store or release fat as an energy supply. And one more. The adrenaline goes through our whole body in waves or surges in order to get us to move, by making us run for our life, boosted by the sensation of panic. Urgency. Now, anyone with anxiety or panic attacks knows exactly how unsettling this feels. And just one more. When the perceived threat doesn't diminish, the waves of adrenaline are also designed to gradually sensitize our whole nervous system. Now, why is that? Because a highly sensitized nervous system, along with our senses, will always recognize danger quicker, recognize the potential threat earlier, and react faster than a calm nervous system. And therefore, we can escape and stay alive. Now, it certainly doesn't make us feel calm in the moment. In fact, highly anxious, but it's not designed to make us calm. It's designed to keep us alive and one step ahead of the perceived threat. Now, the problem for us humans and our body is that we are not designed to be so sensitized all the time. And that's a good sign that somehow our lifestyle is not serving us well. Do you get it? Now back to the forest and the falling tree. Now we are ready for action. At this stage, we can't control the response. It controls us. In the moment, we don't even know it's happening, and our body instantly reacts and jumps out of the way of the falling tree as it crashes down just where we stood. Missed by that much. Immediately after the event, or if it was a false alarm, we are left feeling wired and tingling all over. That's adrenaline. And as we calm down, the adrenaline hormone fades away within minutes or hours, as fast as a bucket of water with a hole in the bottom the size of a golf ball. And just a reminder, on most occasions, you are not creating the stress response as such. Your body is simply reacting or responding to it in the moment, as it must. It's a natural response that has evolved over the past millions of years to keep us humans alive. And that's where we'll have to leave it for today. Nice job, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.